Welcome to another Excel Ultimate Common Mistake episode. Today, we're fixing handler defense errors. Okay, here we're out in the handler reset set. Black on offense is attacking that way, trapped on this sideline with a force mark against the red line. Now here I am playing defense in a great position, stopping this upline cut. But what we see commonly is as soon as the offense goes back a step, I overcommit to try to stop everything. This might be a fake, or my hips are too far this way. They turn it into a double move up line, and here I'm way out of position, getting beat up line. One great fix for that mistake is when we're in this great position here, stopping this up line, maintaining. Once you see this either fake or cut backfield, give it a step or two until our cutter's hips are committed, and then follow them to put that pressure on. It's a win for us if they're getting to this going backwards. So make sure that we don't overcommit to stop that. It's okay. But if they do get the swing off, that's when we commit and seal the next throw. The next common mistake handler defenders frequently make is when they're stopping or trying to stay close to the handler, they're taking long lunging steps right out of the gate. So no matter what direction I'm defending, this step here is problematic because it's such a small space. It's a really hard to take this step here and then have to move the other direction. So what we want to see is if this is a step here, we want to stay nice and compact, chopping, and staying close without overcommitting one long step. And this happens in any direction. So even if they're attacking upline, we don't want to initially take this big long step. It can be a fake, it can be a double move. If they attack our outer hip, again, we don't want to jump this way. What we want to do to fix this mistake is keep our feet underneath our shoulders the whole time, bounce, chop, and stay quick in any direction. This big lunge is also seen as defenders frequently can get crossed up. Again, since it's such a small space and handlers are cutting quick angles, changing direction, we want to avoid these big lunges as well as crossing our hips up. Once we're crossed here, the handler can attack the opposite way, getting that upline or a wide open swing. Another great fix to this lunge step is we want to be a little more patient. So if we just see a shoulder fake or a small movement, that shouldn't trigger this huge step out to the side. You want to stay balanced as long as possible. And if you eventually have to start that commitment, make sure the cutter has committed first.
If you're looking to get the most out of Ultimate this year, then trust me as your personal coach. I got my strength and conditioning certification last year, and I've been working with thousands of players for the last decade to make them the best player possible. You get a free consultation, description below. And if you want to proceed, then we'll work together to map out your plan week in, week out, so you can be the best player that you've always wanted to be.
Next common mistake here is that handler defenders should really never give a free reset. By that, say we have this trap mark here, force flick against the sidelines. I, even though want to take away the upline, I don't want to start here. Yes, I'm doing a great job. The handler cannot get the upline, but even with this mark, they can have a free swing, which has absolutely no pressure. Also from here, yes, I stopped the upline. Not only did I give up a free swing, but I'm extremely out of position to stop the next break. How we need to fix this is, yes, even though I want to protect the upline, I need to start much closer to my offensive handler. And that way, yes, if they've got this swing, I put a little pressure on it. If it was a bad throw, maybe I get it, but I can also much easier stop the next break swing. The free reset is especially problematic if we get the disc on the break side where we have this flat mark. So now there's no pressure from a mark when the thrower needs to swing the disc. So while you might feel like this is a great position, you're even closer, this is still essentially a free reset. All the thrower has to do is step out and throw it right to the chest. Therefore, when the disc gets on this side of the field, the break side, when you have this flat mark, you really need to start pressuring this swing a little bit more, knowing that A, you can get a block, but B, if you get beat on this double move up line, the mark is still helping you by making that throw much harder. One great fix to this is if you know the disc is on the break side with a flat mark, you can really get close to this handler knowing the upline is a little help from the mark, and we can really either shut down this first look, which is awesome, or even get a block. One way you know you're fixing this mistake correctly is if every time the handler gets the disc, they've had to earn it with a cut or two. We really never want to see the handler reset get the disc flat-footed without working. Another common mistake handler defenders make is, coming out of the mark, we're on our heels, just marking without the intent to defend as soon as the disc is released. So that might look like I'm here, I'm doing a good job marking, but as soon as the thrower makes a throw, they're in an athletic position, getting this up line, and I'm still on my heels expecting to mark. To fix that, we want to be athletic as a mark, but also be aware when we need to switch from mark to defending, so that way we can shut down the throw and go or active handler throwers. Not only to be marking actively, but as soon as the disc is released, to stay bouncing on your forefoot so you can go any direction that the thrower goes. Another common mistake when we're talking about going from the mark to the handler defender is too many players just kind of see the disc go downfield and kind of walk back, knowing that they're not up next. By following the play only 50-60%, even though I was out of position and not in the play for a while, once we both get up here, now I'm at a disadvantage in this position where the original thrower can now attack upfield or upline. An easy fix for that is as soon as the disc gets thrown upfield, work hard early to maintain that buffer. Keep working, and now once you catch up to the play again, you're in a much better position here to defend correctly.
If you want to support this channel, then please consider Evergreen jerseys for your next team order. The link is in the description below. The more orders Evergreen gets, the more content we can bring you and the ultimate community.